Welcome back to part 2 of our How to Recognize Unwillingness in Yourself video series. Do you consider yourself pretty open-minded? It's not often that we like to consider that we may have a rigid mindset, but today we're going to talk about just that and how it pertains to your unwillingness in life, which may be contributing to your own suffering and sense of feeling stuck. But today we're going to talk about emotional indicators that you can discover in order to see if you're being unwilling, as well as discussing a rigid mindset and how that can be a clue that you are unwilling in certain situations or with certain individuals. Hey there guys, I'm Jennifer, a recovering 9-to-5er turned freedom guide, and I help midlifers who are stuck get unstuck. Last time, you may remember, we discussed showing a lack of interest or having a negative attitude. That third component, which we will continue on in today's video, is rigid thinking. If you are stubborn, refusing to consider alternative perspectives and approaches, then this is an absolute indicator that you may be unwilling. We all have moments actually where we act in a stubborn way. Some folks, we're not all created equally, and there are those of us that tend toward a more stubborn nature. But in this particular circumstance, I want you to focus on, am I being stubborn about this activity that I need to do or feel that I should do? And if so, to what degree am I unwilling to do it and why? Discovering this unwillingness piece, like I said in the last video, isn't just about identifying, yes, I'm unwilling. It's getting to the root of why are you unwilling? What is keeping you back? And is it advantageous or disadvantageous for you to continue to be unwilling in that particular area? And nod, nod, wink, wink. If you are in this video because you're feeling distraught and suffering and stuck, then there is a possibility that it's disadvantageous for you to continue to be in this unwilling demeanor. Next, we have inflexibility. So if you are being unwilling to compromise or adapt to new ideas, then you're being inflexible. Sometimes it's not all or nothing. There are grays in everything. And if you're unwilling to adjust even a smidge in order to be able to get unstuck and move forward, then that again would be an indicator that this unwillingness is becoming inhibitive. It's stopping you from getting where you need to go. Next, related to a rigid mindset, we have belief in your own way. So if you are one of those individuals that's insisting in doing things your way, regardless of the consequences or other suggestions, then you may just be being, again, stubborn and unwilling related to that circumstance. And then lastly, related to a rigid mindset, we have willfulness. A strong desire to maintain control and resist influence is an absolute sign of unwillingness. I would just like to say about that I am a quite willful individual. When I make up my mind that I want to do something, I generally do push through it. And there are a lot of us like that in the world, and it's not a weakness. It can be a very powerful strength to be able to set a goal and will toward it and take the action and maintain forward motion in order to accomplish that. But notice that I said to maintain control or resist influence. If you have to have control of something, or if you have to maintain your worldview and not let anything influence you toward changing, then that rigidity is a sign that your willfulness has gone to an unhealthy place and could be contributing to unwillingness. Next, we're going to move on to the fourth area that may help us recognize a level of unwillingness, and those are emotional indicators. Fear is the first one. Fear, we've talked about in some other videos. In fact, I will find a really good video for you about fear, and I will put it right here. It's one of my highest viewed videos. Definitely take a look at that if you're interested in it, because we all experience fear. This is an unwillingness to try something new. It can stem from fear of failure or fear of judgment or any other fears. Fear gets into everything. We worry about how we look. Fear is a form of worry. It's crazy. So if you are not moving forward with something or not interacting with somebody and you're being encouraged to, reflect on, do I have the emotional indicator of fear? Am I afraid? What am I afraid of? And how can I start working to eradicate that fear so that I can be more willing? Next, we have anxiety. Feeling anxious or overwhelmed by the prospect of change or the task at hand can be an indicator that you may be unwilling. I think that sometimes anxiety crops up as a part of that fear, but again, that can also be related to the unwillingness. So, fear and anxiety can be two powerful emotional indicators of an unwillingness to change or complete a task. Third emotional indicator is resentment. So if you're feeling resentful, angry, or bitter towards a situation or the person asking you to participate, then this may also be an indication that you're unwilling. And again, remember, being unwilling isn't always a disadvantage. It can be advantageous to you, particularly in your situation, to be unwilling. If somebody is asking you to do something that's unethical or you don't agree with morally, or that person is asking you for a favor and they've wronged you in the past, then you may need to set a boundary and not participate. But generally, if that is the intuitive thought that we're having and we place that boundary and we set it, you're not going to feel stuck or frustrated or suffering. You're going to feel proud and confident that you intuitively recognized what you needed and what was good for you, and that you protected yourself from a situation that could be disadvantageous. It's different. Do you see the difference there? I'm here for those of you who are not feeling good because you are not moving forward and you're in that awful place of just being depressed or sad or unmotivated or stuck and feeling like life is never going to turn around for you, that you might have to, turn the mirror around and take a look at yourself and say, wow, am I creating the clog? Am I creating the clog in the flow of life where I'm not moving forward because I need to change? So much of the things that we perceive as being negative in the world are because we need to change. And the fourth and final emotional indicator that you may be being unwilling is a lack of motivation. So if you're feeling lethargic, frozen, and having a general lack of drive or initiative to engage, then you may be unwilling for a reason. And again, this is just to help you identify and recognize that unwillingness so that you can investigate further and say, well, why am I lacking motivation? Is this something that I really need to do? Is it advantageous for me to be willing to participate in this activity? Or is it disadvantageous? We want to take advantage and we want to grow and change where needed. Make sure you take some time to amalgamate what I've shared with you today. Grab a journal, go back and rewatch, and go and write down the emotional indicators and the rigid mindset cues, and take some time to reflect on whether those are impacting your situation so that you can take action steps to improve. I'll be back, of course, with the next video, which will be how to take action to create more willingness in your life, to do the things that perhaps you should be doing. I can't wait to do that video. That's going to be fun. I've enjoyed researching these so much. If you valued this video, give it a like or a subscribe, or perhaps share it with a friend. This can make sure that this information gets out to the people who need to hear it most, the people that are stuck and miserable in life and want to feel and do better. I'm really enjoying this How series and bringing it to you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and until the next video, ciao for now.